Yo, YouTube, is BigFigureJay, and today I just wanted to touch on a topic that's interesting to me because I like fighting games, and I had some words to say about it, and I feel like I just should express it in a video. So I'm gonna get it started right here. So Capcom released a trailer for the year 2 pass for Street Fighter 6, and it revealed 4 characters. One of those characters being M.Bison, right? And, you know, I watched the trailer, everything was cool and dandy. Watched it 2 times. First one, just, reaction. Second one, analysis. Everything was set in stone. Moving on, moving forward. Next day, we all cool. So I go on Twitter and I see one side, saying Bison is returning, blah blah blah, who wanted this type shit. Normal, understandable shit, right? The next side, I didn't understand at first. Then I just seen people talking about it. Then I went back and I was like, how did I not see this? But it goes to show what people are thinking and how their minds operate when it comes to like small detail. Because when I did my breakdown for the second video, or the second time I watched the trailer, right, I didn't notice, like, I seen the move, but I didn't think anything of it. But I see other people thought negatively about it, and it's gonna be important in just a second, right? So in the trailer, M.Bison does like an EX move. Some people call it overdrive, whatever. He does an EX move, and Bison ends off with a knee on Gao's neck, right? Now, that's where the controversy starts, because going back 4 years ago, a certain incident situation happened where an officer basically manslaughtered George Floyd in broad daylight. And that situation impacted a lot of people, right? So going on Twitter, you have one side saying this is freaking stupid. The other side, basically saying why would they add this in and stuff like that, making it a big fuss and stuff like that, right? And the situation is just crazy, because again, going back to what I was saying, I didn't think of it that way. Me as a black man, I thought it was completely fine. Like, I not want that situation pop up in my head to think, oh, okay, that's a bad move that Capcom made. Like, not once has that thing came up until people started saying it, right? So what's my take on this, right? What's my side and what's my opinion? I think it's bullshit, bro. It's just ridiculous. This is a problem just for no reason. I feel like people do this and create a problem in their head that's not really there, just to create a problem. Most of what I'm seeing, the sides, most of them are saying this is just ridiculous, this is stupid, y'all are literally complaining about nothing, let Capcom cook or something. You know what I'm saying? The other side really just being like, nitpicky about it. Then there's this one guy, I guess he's a competitive FGC player or whatever. I would say he's probably been one of the ones that just been carrying the whole situation when the situation could be really done, because it's just so simple. It's a dumb situation. So I'm gonna read this tweet. He said, it said, deleted the tweet just to avoid the headache of people lacking comprehension between drawing a parallel versus implying something is done in reference. Shit is saddening. Also, never thought Capcom deliberately was referencing that, but a parallel could be drawn, and it's a nasty one. Now, I was just gonna say, but he said supposedly that he didn't think Capcom deliberately was doing it. But I was gonna say, it, for the people who's complaining, nobody, I don't think Capcom or none of the developers was intentionally trying to do that. But the deleted tweet, right? I'm gonna show you all the tweet that kind of kickstarted most of what's going on. I'm not gonna say all, but it kickstarted some of what's going on, right? The tweet that he first put out, right, it says, love Bison and how he looks, but I'm not gonna lie, this shit gotta go ASAP. So people could be thinking one or two things, right? One, this shit was trash. Like, the move, he didn't like the move, which in my opinion, I thought the move was cool. I had no problems with it, like I said. Or two, the situation from 2020, the George Floyd situation, right? Now obviously he's catching heat about it because it seemed like he's just complaining and stuff like that. But let's talk about the first tweet, right? Because the first tweet is important, and it's another tweet that's important that I'm gonna show y'all, so it doesn't make it seem like that I'm trying to like bash him for this and stuff like that. But again, the whole situation is kind of dumb in my opinion, because it's literally, you, like I was saying, it's nothing. It's like a It's a nothing burger. People are creating a situation in their head that doesn't exist, which then makes it exist. And since people make it exist, more people are going to, it's going to have a snowball effect, and more people is going to make it a fuss than it already is. Now, the first post he makes connects with the second one because he technically should have led on to what he says next, right? He said, I just want to clarify my intent because the problem for me is that shit like this is already starting to surface. And it's a picture that he's talking about. I'm gonna show you the picture in a minute. Instead of leaving it up in the air where there's a chance people can claim to be ignorant of whatever, just remove the chance of it altogether to avoid problems. Now he's talking about the move right there. And the picture that he's talking about is this picture right here. This M.Bison picture. Now, I'm gonna assume it's somebody else's, right? I'm gonna just assume that it's somebody else's. But he could have also made this meme to just prove his point, which is okay, because I'm pretty sure he's not mocking the situation because he's basically speaking against it. So I'm gonna assume somebody else made it. And to even back him up even further, to say he probably didn't make this, is because I've seen another picture that I'm gonna pull up that I found on my own while digging deeper into this to this situation, right? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying he posted it, I'm just saying he could have did it to prove his point even further, right? What's my take on his post? Let me just go back to the first one where he was drawing the parallel, right? When he was speaking about others drawing parallels, you have to remember, Tiger, if you're watching, when you're saying others can draw parallels, remember, you also drew the parallel yourself. And just to point this out there, I'm just speaking for myself. I didn't think about anything considering George Floyd when I seen that M.Bison move. So I wasn't thinking about nothing like that until people started saying something about it. But back to the parallel thing, when you draw it and you basically drew the parallel, and this is exactly what you seen when Bison performed that move, because that was a very small detail. I'm pretty sure that was like, it was so quick that I didn't even realize it. Probably wasn't to other people, but it was quick for me. So for you to even notice it, you drew the parallel. Now you might counter my point and say that you yourself never said you couldn't draw that parallel, but I'm just saying, remember that you did, because since you're saying it, technically you yourself did because you seen it. Now going to the post that he made considering this picture, right? I'm gonna read it again. I just want to clarify my intent because the problem for me is that shit like this is already starting to surface. Instead of leaving it up in the air where there's a chance people can claim to be ignorant of whatever, just remove the chance of it altogether to avoid problems. And I understand what he's saying, and I say this one's important because I feel like people didn't understand what he was trying to say, and it got blew out of proportion. At the same time too, he could have led with this at the start. Say they didn't put that knee move, some people wouldn't go to George Floyd like instantly when that move is performed, right? Because I mean, some people think too much. But that goes into my next point. Tiger, the move is there, Tiger, right? And I'm saying that to say this: you cannot stop the internet. The internet will be the internet. Saying this makes it seem like you're trying to avoid or stop people from doing this. And I understand you have a voice in the FGC. I completely understand that. I feel like everybody has a voice in some aspect, right? So I'm not gonna take that away from them. But I'm just saying, understand that the internet will be the internet. And trying to stop the internet from what they're doing is like trying to stop racism. Because the whole point is there's always gonna be that one person. And throughout the years, how the internet is, there's gonna be some dark edginess to some memes and stuff like that. When I seen this, I didn't really necessarily laugh, but I had like an awe moment. Like I had a open mouth moment, like this is crazy. And the thing is, you're on Twitter, you're on like the most toxic, edgy fucking social media. Like, come on, what are we doing? Again, it's no reason to to say nothing about it, because people are gonna do what they're gonna do. You already seen it done. I showed you 2 photos or 2 memes that it's already done. But that's just for him. To the rest of the people that's just complaining about it out of spite and just to complain about it for nothing, like, just shut the hell up, bro. Like, it's a lot of people is not making it a big deal just because you want to complain about something for the sole purpose of just feeling like you're right or having a right in something. Like, cut it out, bro. Because Tyga's not the only one. He's just, like I was saying, it was getting to his point where he was kind of dragging it a little bit. Like, he was responding to everybody, which I feel like he shouldn't just respond to everybody to get his point. I'm pretty sure some people will understand him, but I'm just saying, as a whole, the people who's like, cause I'm on my side, all right, I'm gonna stay here, but the people that's like just complaining just to complain and shit, like, again, these people who's like developing this game, they're not doing this just to mock the situation. Everything could have been good as long as people didn't complain so much, because it could have just been a few people, but a few people matter because it's just a snowball effect, because some people just have the need to just join in the fun when they really actually don't have a real opinion on it. They're just doing it just to do it. This shouldn't make you feel a certain type of way, like change your whole perspective about Street Fighter, or just make you stop playing the game or not enjoying the game. If you're that sensitive, just don't play the game. And that's another problem. People are just too sensitive. Okay, nowadays people are just too sensitive, making something, turning nothing into something in a negative fashion. That's it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say and just touch on for this video. If y'all want to have the discussion, y'all already know what to do. The comment section is open. All right, I'm gonna read every one of your comments. I'm gonna try to reply. I'm gonna try to give you the most productive response and stuff like that. Tyga, if you're watching, if you want to have a conversation about it, I'm free, you know. If you don't, that's completely fine, but there's no hate towards you or nothing like that. But I'm just giving my opinion about the situation. To the rest of y'all that's just complaining, just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get out of here. If y'all want more discussion videos like this, drop a like and subscribe for more, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.